If you haven't already sent me an email, send me an email at gottalovethemmovies@gmail.com. We'll make your question or comment a main topic on the show today. And our first main topic is this. Comes to us from Matthew Wiles, a longtime watcher of the show. Mr. Matthew Wiles, who comes to us from Leeds in the UK. And Matthew says, "Hi, Mike, old buddy, old pal. I'm watching the Snyder Cut Justice League trailers, and I'm getting so pumped for it, even though I have no idea if I'm going to be able to see them as I'm in the UK. I can't be the only one." He goes on to say, "I love the dark feeling and tone to it all. And it got me thinking, could this launch a new R-rated DCEU? Other words, DC Extended Universe. I think that would be amazing and totally stand out from Marvel. I'm not wanting Batman to be dropping F-bombs or Wonder Woman to take her kid off, but the violence and tone is so interesting. They can still have the more lighthearted movies like Shazam and Black Adam, but I think this could be a thing. What do you think? Also, help me out. How am I gonna watch it in the UK?" All right, Matthew, thank you so much for the question. I think first of all, you posed the question in two different parts. First of all, how are you going to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League when it comes out? And the second part of the question is this going to kick off a new R-rated DCEU? Or in the UK, I guess that would be more akin to like a 15 rating or an 18 rating, probably closer to a 15, I would imagine. So let me address the second part of your question first. How are you going to watch it? Well, I'm afraid I don't have great news for you. Let's go back to Wonder Woman 84 for a second. As we all know, like, we live in a state of a world right now where the theaters are shut down. Movies aren't really playing in, I almost said vibranium. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. It's hard to see movies right now, right? Unless they're coming out on streaming. I live in New York City. All of the movie theaters are shut down. All of the performance theaters are shut down. So we don't really have a lot of options in terms of viewing new films and television shows and movies, right? Well, especially in movies when they come out in theaters. So how are you going to watch this in the UK? Well, I think it was Digital Spy. I should have had the article ready. I didn't. I think Digital Spy did an article that they don't have any plans to release Justice League, the Snyder Cut, or rather Zack Snyder's Justice League, in the UK. It's not going to be a theatrical release. We already know this. It's coming exclusively to HBO Max, and when HBO Max isn't available in the UK, because of all of Warner Brothers' other deals and everything already with Sky Television and Sky Streaming, they already have all these other deals in place. So how are you going to be able to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League? It's not coming out in theaters, and you can't get it on HBO Max because HBO Max is not available. So how are you going to watch it? Well, I would like to cite Wonder Woman 84 for a second. Wonder Woman 1984 came out in theaters 2 weeks before it did here in the United States. In the UK, it came out 2 weeks before it did in the United States. So it played in theaters for about a month. And then on Sky Premium, on some of the more premium VOD streamers like Amazon Prime or iTunes, it became available to rent. Wonder Woman 1984 became available to rent about a month after its release in theaters. So it's my belief, it's my understanding, it's my theory that the Snyder Cut Justice League will be available to stream, or rather to rent, on premium VOD. I'm going to say about 3 weeks to a month after it becomes available here in the United States. So that really sucks. That really sucks for everyone living in the UK. Of course, this is my projection. These are my thoughts. I don't have any concrete proof or evidence, but it stands to reason it's going to be released in the UK. It just is. When is it going to happen? We don't have any definitive answers, and I also kind of think that it's going to follow a similar pattern of what happened with Wonder Woman 84. Now, Nate, you live in
Yes.
Southern Utah. You don't live in the UK. So matters of
Hmm.
like, hey, when are films going to be released in the UK? That doesn't really affect you at all. But have you heard any other
Hmm.
whispers about as to when Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be released in the UK? Do you think that I have a pretty good theory, or do you have something completely different? What are your thoughts there?
I would say everything that you said sounds entirely accurate. It's so hard to speculate since we live in the time of the apocalypse when anything's coming out and stuff like that. So I think everything that you said is about accurate as to when they can expect it because they're definitely not gonna not release it out there. Especially I mean, if there's money to be made. So it'll come out eventually. It's just the question of when is so hard to figure
That's the
out these
thing.
days.
It's that's the tough question right now. But I do want to go back and address Matthew's main portion of his question is Zack Snyder's Justice League going to kick off a new R-rated DCEU? No. In short, in essence, no, but also yes. It's kind of a complicated
Hmm.
question. The DCEU, from Zack Snyder's perspective, I guess, um, it's already been reported that Zack Snyder is done with Justice League. They're not doing a Justice League 2. Zack Snyder is, in essence, not going to be writing or directing any more films for Warner Brothers DC. Um, he's essentially done with the DC characters over there. He's still going to executive produce on pretty much all of the DC films, but he's not going to be writing or directing any new stories or taking them in any specific directions, right? Um, but I would like to cite for a second. Let's jump over to MovieWeb. It has been reported and confirmed that James Gunn's Suicide Squad is going to be rated R. I would also like to back up about a year. A year? Wow. Maybe a little. I can't remember when Birds of Prey came out. Birds of Prey was released theatrically, and it was also rated R. The Joker movie, the standalone Joker movie, directed by Todd Phillips, that was rated R. Even let's go back even further to Batman versus Superman. The theatrical cut was PG-13, but the Snyder cut of BVS was rated R. Let's go even deeper into this for a second. Um, a lot of the DC animated films are rated R. Dark
Hmm.
Knight, the Dark Knight Returns saga, that's rated R, and it's brutal, and it's awesome. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend everybody go watch it because it is so incredible. I mean, they have a lot of animated DC films that are rated R. Some of them have intense foul. Look at the Harley Quinn show playing on HBO Max right now. And I understand HBO Max isn't available in the UK, but I believe on other streaming networks or services or whatever, the Harley Quinn animated show is available, and that is brutal. It's violent. It's foul. It's glorious. It's everything that you want it to be. So let's go back to your question for a second, Matthew. Um, is Zack Snyder's Justice League going to kick off a new R-rated DCEU? No, because it's already happening. It's something that's already in place. It's already in motion. And not to say that DC and Warner Brothers have decided that all the DC films are going to be R-rated. Um, but they're allowing themselves to go in that direction if that's what makes a good story, if that's what makes an interesting and compelling story. Go for it. Lean into to your R rating and give us something that we haven't seen or felt or heard or smelled before. Um, but yeah, I don't think that Zack Snyder's Justice League is providing uh, paving the way, in essence, paving the way. I don't know, Bald Nate, what do you think over there?
I agree. I think they have a good opportunity to be like the best of both worlds, right? Like they're not like Marvel and Disney where like they have an image to maintain. Like they have established like family friendly content and more adult stuff out there. Like you said, even like Doom Patrol, the Teen Titan or
Yeah.
the Titan show is a little edgier and stuff like that. So I think you can exist within a happy medium, right? And like I would like it to see once again not like graphic stuff, but like I always kind of felt like the Suicide Squad, while trying to be more the first one, um, while trying to be edgier, it felt like tame, right? Like they're still playing it
Yeah,
safe.
it was. Yeah, it could have been something interesting and fun, and it ended up kind of
Hmm.
falling flat on its face. And it needed that license. There was. Do you remember when Logan came out under 20th
Hmm.
Century Fox, and everyone was wondering like,
Yes.
how is this? How is Logan going to be? Like, is he just gonna rip everybody apart and go? The filmmakers, James Mangold, he specifically said like, we don't want this movie to be rated R so that we can do whatever we want. We have a very specific story that we want to tell, and
Yeah.
these are the elements that we want to put into the movie because these elements help to illustrate why this is important and the gravitas of this and blah 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 whatever.
Hmm.
And that's why they needed to rate the movie R to tell the
To tell that
story
story.
as opposed to do it in reverse.
Yeah, it's not a means to an end. It's
Right.
yeah.
And that's, I think, what Suicide Squad should have done is figured out the story that they wanted to tell and then give it the proper rating accordingly. But as you say, like they were just kind of playing it safe.
Hmm.
Yeah, anyway, guys, big question for you is what do you think of the DCEU being rated R, or if you're in the UK, rated 15 or 18, whatever? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a not so great idea? Do you think the DC should shy away from this and stay in the PG 13 or like 12 arena for a while? Do you think it's a little too much, or do you want to see them lean into this? Do you like where it's going? Do you not like where it's going? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Tony Stark's Iron Man would want you to do. Doon,